Hey YouTube, welcome to another video from SkinnyMedic. In this video, I'm going to show you a really cool project that's even something you can do with your family, get together as a group and do it. But we're going to turn two regular soda cans, don't have to be Pepsi, two regular cans into a cool little stove and heat source.
There we go.
We're going to end up cutting the bottom out of these soda cans and then putting them together to make our stove. Now I'm going to end up taking a Sharpie and basically drawing a circle around the bottom of these. It doesn't really have to be very precise on your length here, but you want one to be shorter than the other one. So I'm going to mark this one probably about right in this area, and this one I'm going to come up a little bit higher. I just grabbed some stuff I had laying around to help me make the measurements. Now we're going to cut around that black line we just drew, and you can use a pair of tin snips, a pair of cutters, or a pair of scissors, whatever you'd like to do, whatever you feel most comfortable with. We were talking about it when we were making these, and the metal they're using in these cans are not very strong, so even just a simple pair of scissors or a pocket knife will just cut right through these. Now I cut a big gross cut, and then I'm going to come in with my scissors and kind of trim up, make it nice and neat along this line here. Alright, you can now see I got one smaller, one taller. Now this one here is going to be my base, my bottom. So since you are trying to take and make two things together that are the same circumference, I'm going to bend the edges on this one to kind of give it a little ramp to make it a little bit smaller so we can put it together. Alright, so this is going to be the top of our burner. And we've got to make some holes now for the flame to come out. So I did. It doesn't have to be real precise. Put a couple of holes here that we're going to drill. And then I just kept making cross marks until get a good bit of flames coming through here. Like I said, it doesn't have to be anything real scientific. Alright. Now everywhere you have a black mark, whether you want to take a nail and just kind of hammer this in to make your hole, or actually take a drill and drill bit, drill out each of these holes so it comes out looking somewhat like this. This is one I made the other night. So there we go. We have all the holes poked up. Alright, in the cup I got some simple insulation that I got out of my attic. You could also use steel wool. We're going to end up stuffing that inside of our can as a filler. Alright, next comes the tricky part. Try to get this to marry to this. You want, of course, the bottom half to go up under it so it fits nice and neatly. I'm not going to be able to do this by shooting the camera at the same time, so I'm going to do it. It just takes some work to kind of work it around, but this black line here is going to end up coming down, sitting about right there so we can get a good seal. Alright, you can see I've got the bottom pushed in now. The next step we're going to do is take some sealant and rub across here to get this nice and sealed, make it airtight. You can use whatever choice of sealant you want as long as it can withstand heat. You're going to have fire in here, so you don't want to get some silicone sealant that's just going to melt off. Another good idea too is to take and just kind of rough this area up right here. So you're going to get a good bond with your sealant. Now, just follow your directions on your sealant. Mine says it takes 24 hours to cure, so I'll leave this one sitting overnight, making sure it's nice and secure before you light any kind of flame into it. Some of them say 4 hours you can do it, but just read your directions and follow what they say. Now, we've been using a couple different fuels for our stoves, and this is heat, and this is denatured alcohol. You can pick these both at your local Walmart, your local hardware store. I paid about $1.50 or so for this, and this is about $6. I like this better just because of the container that it's in. I can put this in my backpack, my bug out bag, my truck. This makes it a little easier to store than this, but these are two different fuels that you can use to light your stove. The easiest way we found to light this is just to fill it up to it overflows and then light the fluid that's overspilled. And then it's going to flow up and then light this on fire.
There we go.
Look at that.
Now, this will do two things. It'll
The next part of this project is actually to build a stand for this stove. I'm 100% sure that I can boil water with this. I put a temp gun on the heat, and I'm coming up about 280, 300 degrees. So we know the water boils about 212. So that's my idea. That's my next project, is to build a stand for this so we can boil water. We can make coffee, make tea, purify our water. I hope this video helps. You never know when you're going to be the first responder.